Hello everybody and welcome to the Bridge to Success website. Today we have the honor to welcome Professor Dr. Andreas from Switzerland. He is the Chief Legal Officer of the Zenotta AG in Switzerland, and if you ask me, it's the best blockchain technology so far that I've seen in the market. Andreas Furrer is the top legal expert when it comes to blockchain technology, and we are very happy and we are very honored that you take the time today to answer a few questions about your current project.
Thank you, Daniel, for this very kind introduction and having me on this video. So just to make a short introduction, we are a new first layer protocol providing a universal digital asset system. To unlock the true value of data, the world needs a digital asset that follows the same rules as tangible physical good. It must be unique and attributed to the owner. It is now possible to acquire a digital file and to prove the transfer of ownership on machine level. So the user can create and manage smart data, which transfers any file irrespective of its format and size into the smart data file format, and makes it machine-proven unique. Smart data can be owned and transacted against our currency, the Zenotta token, or against any other smart data in one single transaction. The dual double entry ledger on our blockchain keeps record of this transaction and secures that only complete transactions are executed based on smart data contracts. Our several programming tools allow for the full digital control of contracts from first negotiations to execution and, if required, even dispute resolution. So our concept of identification allows for automated privacy-compliant transaction, keeping the user in control of all components of this identity.
So what fascinates me about Zenotta is not only the technology what you provide, it's also the kind of energy consumption that you only use. When I remember that correctly, that you can have more transaction per second than blockchain, Visa and Ethereum combined, and you use only how much of the energy that they use at the moment?
Yeah, it's only 1.5% of what Bitcoin would use, and we are very, very close to Bitcoin. So we have a Bitcoin inspired blockchain, because what was launched with Bitcoin is still the white book of Satoshi Nakamoto, is still the leading paper in crypto since now more than 10 years.
Wow. I tell you, the interesting thing is due to the fact that our Congress has a huge approach in generating, on the one hand, exchange of excellence, and on the other hand, also sustainability. I think Zenotta is a company which fits perfectly into that kind of goal that we have with the Congress. You will be attending personally, and you will be holding a keynote, which is a huge honor for us that you do that, because we know that you have very, very little time. And the interesting thing is that we like it very much if people not only come to the UAE, for example, to look for investors, but you are also looking for strategic partners in the UAE to implement your new technology, right?
That's for sure, yeah. You know, we are currently negotiating with partners who are eager to use our first layer protocol for their business ideas. And within this year, we will concretize and further develop such partnerships, projects, and we aim also to list the Zenotta token on exchanges. But we are very, very eager now to discuss with such partners and investors to further develop our system.
Well, thank you, Andreas. I think for me as a lawyer, one of the most interesting developments for Zenotta is the Zenotta legal part. And especially here in the UAE, there is almost no use of paper, in contrast to all European states, especially in Germany, where we use hundreds and tons of papers. that is a very unique and a very modern approach with Zenotta Legal Technology. Can you describe us a bit more about what kind of field of action Zenotta Legal is going to have?
As I explained in the beginning, the main thing is, or the most important and interesting thing is that we can make a file unique. So the trade is done with file, and the file is very close to paper. So when we are looking at the Zenotta digital contract, this will be a true contract. So it's not just the execution of the contract, it's from negotiations down to execution of the contract and even dispute settlement. So what we construct is a kind of legal framework for transaction within our system, which gives all the users legal certainty. They know how to execute, how to enforce their claims, and we are compliant, so we can also execute all compliance prerequisites from legacy world, and we are also privacy compliant, so you can really trust into your privacy, which is one of the biggest problems in modern digital trade.
Absolutely, absolutely. And since everything here in the UAE is done on a digital way, no matter if it's contact to your bank, contact to notary offices, contacts to the government, when it comes to residential questions, there is almost no paper used. So therefore, having a blockchain technology that could provide that service on a serious matter is something that, from my personal point of view, is going to be huge, especially here in the UAE. And that is why we were so keen to invite you to this Congress, because also the feedback that we have received so far for potential partners was very, very positive. And so I think the Congress is going to be a huge success for you. And I want to thank you personally for taking the opportunity also to give a keynote, especially also on that legal matter, because that is something that is going to be very unique in all over the United Arab Emirates. We haven't seen that so far.
I'm looking forward to have this talk, and thank you very much for your invitation. The ninth thing is that blockchain and the blockchain technology that gives us a lot of opportunities to do a kind of notarization of decision-making processes. And that's precisely what we can now replace what needs to be done on paper-based, that there is a third person confirming the trueness and of a paper. And we can transfer this process on the blockchain and into our system, which is a great opportunity to get rid of all this paper, which is also, which has efficiency, but also has a green aspect, in all the trees and all this energy producing these papers can be avoided.
Well, thank you, Andreas. The interesting thing is that if people want to become a part of the Zenotta family, that it's also possible for private investors, not only for public and big investment houses, also for private investors to buy even tokens now. You haven't done the ICO yet, but there is an opportunity to take part and become part of the Zenotta family even now. Is that right?
It's even now, it's a running ICO. We are on the private sales round for Tenor tokens, and we are still open to additional partners interesting to invest into this new value-based ecosystem. So at the conference, there's certainly some time to discuss such possibilities of investments, yes.
Very good, very good. Well, Andreas, thank you very much. I know you have very little time. You have a lot of work to do for Zenotta, and we are very happy and we feel very honored that Zenotta, this brand new and very unique and very outstanding blockchain technology, is attending the Congress. I think this will make a huge impact on all the attendees, and thank you very much again for the keynote and for your time that you have spent today with us to describe us a bit about your project. Thank you so much, and best regards to Switzerland. Take care.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Bye-bye.